Good morning, everybody. Over the weekend, another whack job liberal attempted to kill people at a Trump dinner. I believe is obviously the target was Donald Trump. So this makes attempt number 3, and I blame every Democrat politician that's fomenting this hate. They continually call Trump a pedophile, a molester, a this, a that, a rapist. Look at the stuff that went on with Obama. There was, you had a chef disappear, drowns in 8 feet of water, and this guy was a swimmer, known swimmer. Guy could swim. He drowns in 8 feet of water, apparently nude. You have Joe Biden, whose daughter wrote a diary about being inappropriately touched in a shower, not once, but multiple times. And it's a whole creepy family. He's actually got 1 or 2 accusations from staffers that he supposedly had inappropriate contact with. We go on and on and on and on and on. Cory Booker, there's so many, Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, you name it. You have people out there talking about killing somebody in a roundabout way, but not coming out and saying it directly. But the innuendos are constantly being made, and when you're dealing with people whose elevators don't go to the top floor, gosh darn it, I forget to put my seatbelt on. Whose elevators don't go to the top floor, you're just tripping their trigger. They're thinking that these people are telling the truth. Oh my gosh, we got to do something about him. This whole thing with Trump and the rape stuff. I mean, it's his word against her word. There's no evidence. There's nothing. The court was liberal. The jurors were liberal. It was totally held against him. I mean, I can't. I'm driving. I don't have I can pull it up, but you guys can pull it up. You guys will go to sources that totally support your nonsensical belief that, Trump is this evil guy and he's a racist. And I'm telling you he's not. I know he's not. For a fact, I know he's not a racist. He's got more minorities working for him than most guys with equal amounts of wealth. It just makes me sick to my stomach. And nobody sees the good stuff that he does. Nobody, he's done a lot of good things for a lot of people that's under the table that he's demanded be kept quiet. And it's been going on for decades. So everything that he's said so far today, he said 30 some years ago. So he's not spouting off anything new. Trump has said this 30 years ago. But back then, when everybody thought he was a Democrat, it's fine, it's good to go. But the moment he announced that he's a Republican, he became enemy number 1 to the Democrats. And, and that's a problem with this country. A 2-party system has corrupted our government. And when you don't have term limits, again, that's a big no-no. You have to have term limits. That needs to come into practice. We have it for the President of the United States, the highest office in the land. By God, we ought to have it for all these silly, disgusting Senator Warrens and Bernie Sanders, hypocrites, liars, AOC and Ilhan Omar, or whatever her name is. They come in with virtually nothing, and within less than 4 years, they're all multimillionaires. You don't find that suspicious? Good golly. You people don't care as long as it's a member of your party. You don't care. You could be a rapist, a pedophile, don't care. Don't care. As long as you're a Democrat. It's like dealing with some unions, I've been shop supervisor at some place, I won't mention names, and it is the mentality there is like the Democratic Party. You know, I mean, they'll all jump off the same ship for a dime. And it makes no sense. And those that aren't, you know, union members, in my experience, 50 plus years of it, those guys wind up doing better, treated better, promoted better. And it's not to discriminate, but that's just the facts, where it's just like you're promoted based off your performance. You know, not with not a group of you know, chuckleheads gonna shut your company down because, you know, they want more money. And I'm going off on a tangent, but you know, this stuff has got to stop. You know, I'm here to tell you something bad happens to Donald Trump, you'll see a civil war. You'll get people like me that are, you know, the gloves will just be off. The gloves will just be off. And I know that's what some of them want, but you'll regret the day, I promise you. There'll be an onslaught of revenge. Like, wow. Take a look at what happened to Abraham Lincoln. How many people after his assassination were hung and executed? I'll show you pictures of gallows where people were rounded up and they were hung because the vengeance was so it was so hot and heavy. So my voice changed. So yeah, stop it. You know, he's done nothing wrong. He's trying to better everything for everybody. He's not excluding whites, blacks. He's done more for blacks than any president. Oh, and then I had some guy yell at me the other day, and I said, we've never had a black president. And we haven't. Obama's mother was white. So we've had a mixed president and a mixed vice president, but we've never had, in this country, a 100% African descendant American president. It's never happened. Probably never will. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for tuning in.